Guys, today is a very important and serious episode because we are going to film my best friend, Lexi McDonald. So be prepared for a lot of compliments, a lot of aggressive, just friendship, if you can handle it. She is the #1 hairstylist in Oklahoma, makeup artist extraordinaire. If you've ever looked through Brides of Oklahoma, guarantee you've seen her name at least 1,000 times because she is the best. So we're gonna hang out, I'm gonna get my hair cut, my hair done. We're gonna ask her all kinds of hair health questions and probably just a lot of best friend things. So get ready for a lot of aggressive compliments because we're going into the lair of a goddess. Let's freaking do it. Hi!
Oh my God, hello!
Also, when I said she was the best hairdresser in Oklahoma, I was not pulling your leg. Look at this hardware, y'all. Are you kidding me? No, you're not kidding me. That's real. She's the best. I don't know.
Taper up, taper up, taper up.
Yeah. This is my favorite cape because it has rose gold bobby pins on it. So of course you're gonna wear it today.
Oh my.
You've never looked better, truly.
Wow.
Yeah, we forced our husbands to be friends.
It's gross. This is what happens when you're gross and in the gym. So I have to go to her a lot.
You're not gross.
I'm gross.
You're perfect in every way.
Get you a best friend like Lexi and you'll hear stuff like that.
I mean, you
a
are
lot.
gross.
So you can color and keep it still pretty healthy, right? I think some people have the misconception that if you color your hair, you're going to hair hell.
No, actually, what you do at home matters so much more than what you do in the salon, because what you do at home obviously is what you're doing every day, whereas what you do in the salon, you're just doing every few weeks.
That was a really good line that she just said. Did you hear that, you guys? What you do at home matters more than what you do in the salon. So don't blame your hairdresser if you got crappy hair. What are you doing at home? Okay, just don't blame your trainer if you're eating crap all the time. Just saying. We love you, but get it together, okay?
It's true. Both are important. I mean, there are, I'm sure, stylists who have messed up and done bad things, but for the most part, if you trust your stylist and you're going to a good stylist, what you do at home is going to matter way more.
Sure.
Okay, come sit.
Did you see that? Okay, so what are we starting with? Also, really quickly, just to let the people know what kind of texture we're working with here. My hair is really curly, but I brushed all the curl out last night and slept on it, so it's kind of nutso. But it's, okay, Lexi, it's very fine but dense, right? Is that what you always told me?
Correct. So Chelsea has fine hair but high density, which means she has a ton of fine strands. So yeah, basically you want to go to a good stylist that can tell you what type of hair you have, and that's the best place to start as far as learning what products and what your at-home routine should be, because everyone's different. But yeah, if you know Chelsea, you know she's got really, really curly hair, but it is fine, and she's got a lot of it. Yeah.
Lexi's helped me figure out how to not have a lot of work on my end and still not look like a slob, so.
I think this look right now is...
Should we just leave her like that? I know. I'm gonna start with doing a little balayage. We're gonna put some light pieces in and bring it up.
Also, a really fun fact about our friendship, I had never colored my hair when I came to Lexi because I was scared of it.
We call that a hair virgin. That's true, I didn't make
A
that
relationship is very intimate. So
Our husbands love it.
they really hate us, I think, but now they're friends, so it's fine. But so she had to talk me into it. I mean, I think it took probably 30 seconds, but she was like, you need to try balayage. It'll look natural. It's not going to be too much of a wow factor for you, and it's not a ton of upkeep. And I was like, sweet, sounds good, I'm in. And I've loved it ever since. So here we are again, time 1,000. And you can't get rid of me, so.
It is. It's a good color if you, like she said, are low maintenance and you don't want to come into the salon a lot because you can just let it grow out and it looks very soft. You don't have that hard line or anything like you do with highlights. So this is where I like to start people if they don't color their hair often because it still looks really nice. But yeah, Chelsea's a very easy client. But we want to make sure that everything that we do for her, we keep it low maintenance.
She knows. She knows me well. Okay, so I have a couple of questions that have to do with You know, I'm in the gym a lot, so my hair is up in a ponytail a lot, or it's up in a bun, or I wear hats more than, you know, most people don't recognize me if I don't have a hat on. What is a good way for somebody that like constantly has their hair maybe up or back? What's a good way to help prevent like breakage? Maybe like around the face. Like since my hair is so fine, sometimes I feel like I have breakage a little bit with stuff like that. So what's a good way to help prevent that?
That's a good question. Basically, I would say making sure that you're not putting your ponytail in the exact same spot every time is huge. So I know I see you with it on top of your head a lot, but then you also have it down low. That's good. Maybe sometimes switch it up with a braid, something like that. That way you're not just like having that pressure and that, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, right in the same spot all the time.
Every single time,
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
That tension, that's the word I was looking for.
Tension.
Tension.
That's a great word.
Yes.
That's a great word.
And then just like anytime you're home, if you can stand it, take your hair down.
Sure.
If you wear it up a lot.
Right. Just kind of let it breathe a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
You just don't want to do the exact same thing over and over. The same goes with where you part your hair, which I know that you hate this one too. But it's not good to part your hair in exactly the same spot over and over and over. Over time,
Guilty.
it will start to recede a little bit sometimes. Just
Fine.
not everyone.
But good to know though, because
Just some people.
it's important to keep things fresh, you guys.
Yes.
With your hair, with your life, with your food,
Yeah.
with your workouts. Shut me up, y'all.
Love her so much.
Stop it. Get some help.
Did you really need that coffee? What time is it?
It's like I'm gonna be going to bed in like an hour and a half.
Are you
Just
gonna
kidding,
be
not
able
really.
to sleep?
Nope.
Fight!
When
So
it
yeah,
comes,
those are the main things that you can do.
Good to know. So like girls that are in the gym a lot, sweat a lot, just switch up where your ponytail is, and that'll keep your hair healthy. Now,
Yes.
you know those like different types of ponytail holders, even like
Yes,
avoiding the
thank
ones that
you.
have the metal in them, maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There are so many good hair tie options these days. So I noticed you and I both have these silk ones on. These are awesome. These are probably like the best you could possibly get if you want to protect your hair. The other ones that are really good are those like teleties. They're like the plasticky, spirally looking ones. Those are really good too.
And those keep your hair from creasing, right?
Right.
So like if you were going to a quick workout and then you have to go back to work for all my lunchtime class people.
Yep.
Or, you know, a date maybe or whatever, then you can just maybe blow dry it and then.
Yes, that's another good point. Washing your hair all the time. You knew I was going to talk about this one.
I did know this.
If you wash your hair every day, don't. Stop. Just don't.
Just don't.
I can't
Don't.
stress enough how much you should not wash your hair every day.
Go ahead, girl.
And I know some people will say, well, I work out and I get gross, I get sweaty. There's a difference between sweat and oil. Sweat is just salt water. You need to blow dry that into your hair. And I know it sounds gross and it's gonna feel really weird the first time, but it's truly just salt water. Blow dry it in, get some dry shampoo, put that in there. Maybe have a ponytail day if you're really not feeling it, but you need to, even if you have fine hair, at least be washing your hair every other day, not every day. Because when you wash your hair, you lose more hair than normal because it is a little bit harder on your hair. Think about it, you're brushing, scrubbing, blow drying, all that. So over time, you're gonna lose a lot more hair than you would if you were just washing every few days.
So you would say what, maybe like 3 days?
It depends on your hair type and texture. However, you can build up over time. So like when I first started hair school, like 8-something years ago, I would wash my hair every day. And
Every single day, wow.
they got on to me and I was just like, I can't not do it. And so I started just washing my hair every other day. And then after a month, it was every 2 days. And now, you know, I'm up to like every 4 or 5 and I probably should do like 3
No, literally
But,
everything you do is
Every
perfect.
4 or 5 years.
days. You can train your hair over time to do it, but you do have to be patient. It takes a few months. Dry shampoo is your friend.
Okay.
But basically, it's really bad. You're just going to be stripping all the oils from your hair every time you wash. So your hair thinks it needs to keep producing more. So it's like a vicious cycle that you want to stop.
Right. So when you say training your hair, so I've tried this before and I was really bad at it, but I have since gotten to longer days of not washing my hair.
I know.
I've been really
I'm
good
very
about
proud.
it. Thank you, Lexi. You're the best.
So proud. Like a proud mama.
But so for somebody who hasn't tried the training hair process, like what would you tell them, like where to start, how long to do it, yada, yada, yada?
Day one, just start going every other day.
Okay.
So wash your hair, but then the next day, even though you want to, just have a ponytail day and don't wash it. And then, keep doing that every other day until you feel like your hair just doesn't look awful.
Right. And you can dry shampoo while you're training your hair?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. And I will say that, like, working in a gym, being in a gym, it is a lifesaver for me because I also wear hats a lot.
Yeah.
To blow dry and dry shampoo, it's a lifesaver. And your hair really doesn't look, and as long as you're using a really good dry shampoo, which leads me to my next question. Let's talk about product because when I started getting my hair done, I was not very keen on a lot of good products. I had a few, but I learned the importance of like a really good shampoo, conditioner, dry shampoo. Talk about the importance of a good product versus like a product.
Right. So I used to not be a believer as well, Chels. And also when you're younger, you can't, usually your parents are not going to buy you super nice products. So we just kind of slummed it. And truly, when I started using better products, my hair changed. I was in my mid-20s and I became a believer. And so basically, step one, I told you, go to your stylist, figure out what type of hair you have, what you want to tackle, what your issues are. Maybe you want to fight frizz, maybe you are dry, whatever it is. And your stylist can kind of guide you as to what products you need. But I'm telling you, if you will be consistent and invest in salon quality products, you will notice a change in your hair. Absolutely. And that goes for hot tools as well. A lot of people think, oh, it's just products. So yeah, you're kind of undoing all the good work that you've done. But it starts with your shampoo. I think shampoo is probably gonna be the most important product that you invest in. And like I said, figuring out what hair type it is you have and what you want to do with your hair is going to be key.
Which is where you can have a stylist to help you, like Lexi.
Right,
if you don't know, because I didn't know.
Exactly. And you shouldn't have to know. Like, that's why we're here.
Right. That's why you have a job.
Exactly. Another thing about shampoo and conditioner, just like skincare and makeup and all of that, your skin and hair gets used to certain products. So I always say, find 2 or 3 really good shampoo brands that you like and rotate between them.
Okay, so you find a good, which I also think too, like that's a little bit more like easier to swallow, if you will, like not thinking like, oh my gosh, I have to buy all these new products. But if you can just think like, just start with your shampoo and conditioner, like one thing at a time. Just like with anything, like there are basics and you kind of work your way up. But
yes, it is expensive. Yes, it is an investment. But if it's worth it to you, I feel like when you have a good hair day and you feel good about your hair, it totally changes your mood. I don't know, it can change a day, truly. So the way you feel about how you look carries over into every other aspect of your life. So that's why I think it's so important.
I totally agree. And I think that there's some sort of like underlying theme here with just like if it's invested, like if it's important to you, it all kind of goes back into like your health in general. Like we talk about healthy food and working out, like you are investing back into yourself, and it might seem like it's not that big of a deal now while you're young and some of these things aren't an issue, but you will thank yourself later on in life when you've created good habits and you've created all these things, because you will have a healthier body, healthier hair, whatever the venue may be. But
yes, absolutely.
It all just kind of goes back to, do you think you're worth it?
Do you?
Are you worth it? You're worth it. Are you worth it? You are.
I'm gonna zoom in right up your nose.
What you put into your body always comes out in your hair. So your diet, all that. It's important. Staying hydrated. Yes. And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting right here. It's the truth. I can tell when a client is really stressed by their hair. It's very weird. Because, I see their hair over and over and over. And so your feelings, your emotions, your diet, it all comes out in your hair, skin, and nails.
Somebody like me who's really low maintenance, because I know I have a lot of like gym girls, but I also have a lot of girls that maybe, you know, like they need to get ready for work, whatever. Let's talk about product, like what's too much, what's actually necessary to help people kind of like sift through what they actually need.
Yes, so we talked about shampoo and conditioner, start there, but then after that, I would say a heat protectant. You definitely need a good heat protectant. That's number one, because obviously if you're a girl, you're probably putting some type of heat on your hair. And then I would say some type of oil or hydrating cream, a mask, something like that. I feel like most people in our area in Oklahoma, the elements are really harsh. And so pretty much everyone's dry on their ends, mid-shaft to ends. So those would be like the two ones that I would say like absolutely invest in. And then of course, you know, you can do like a nice hairspray, whatever for
What is like I've seen shampoos or maybe not shampoos, I don't know, hairspray things that are like, sulfate free. Is that really important in a product?
Yes, it is, but there are good and bad sulfates.
Okay.
So don't be alarmed if a professional brand says it's not sulfate free, because sometimes there are good sulfates.
Okay.
Do you mind to quit your pretending? Truth or false, the shit never ending. Hear me now and stop condescending. You see I'm begging, you hear me beg. If you're sick for love, don't try to hide it. Find it deep inside and try to hide it.
So what are some curling techniques? Because it has taken me more time than I would care to admit on learning how to curl my hair the way I actually like it.
Yeah. So it's hard because everyone kind of likes something different. For longer hair, I really prefer a wand. I feel like it's a little bit easier, but then I have people say they prefer a curling iron. Shorter hair, I like to use a straightener. But for long hair, it's too hard to like, you know, twist it and pull it all the way down. I always say kind of curl away from the face, especially towards the front of your hair, which can be confusing in a mirror if you don't do it a lot. So just, you know, if you're not great at curling hair, I'd say sit down and practice when you don't have anywhere to go. No pressure. And do it in sections. Don't try to like just have your hair all down.
How long do you hold it onto the wand?
Well, let me count. I'm not really sure.
You just kind of vibe with it now at this point.
So what
Seasoned pro.
I'm spraying a heat protectant on Chelsea right now, and then I've got my wand at like 380 because her hair's kind of fine. If you have finer hair, would not ever go above 400, and definitely not without a heat protectant. Yeah, I'd probably hold it on there like 10 or 15 seconds.
Okay. And then whenever, I notice that you always hold the curl before you let it go.
So
I do that too, just because Lexi does it.
The way the curl cools is the way it will set. So you want it to set kind of tightly in your hand, because it's way easier to loosen a tighter curl than to try and make a loose curl hold.
We're all three at Chelsea's wedding.
Yeah.
Because I filmed.
I didn't know.
Oh my
you
gosh,
yet.
this is full circle.
Oh, it's full circle.
Austin, videography at my wedding. Lexi, hair and
circle.
makeup, and also like just household best friend at the wedding.
Basically,
And now we're here right now.
Austin and I are here to serve Miss Chelsea.
I think
This is
that's
my team.
That's the,
Yeah.
I love it.
we're her team, so.
Of course you
I'm
do.
honored. I'm
happily-
so blessed. Hashtag blessings on you, blessing on your households.
Do you love it?
Like, I don't want to be too aggressive, but it's perfect. It's
Oh my
textbook.
God, look at that.
She's incredible. Oh. I came in with a hat. I'm going out looking like this. Miracle worker.
I wouldn't say that. You have good hair, but
Well,
thanks.
thank you. But
All right.
Do you mind to quit your pretending? Truth or false, the shit never ending. Hear me now and stop condescending. You see I'm begging, you hear me beg. If you're sick for love, don't try to hide it. Find it deep inside and try to hide it. If there's a way, I wanna know which way to quit your games and now that you denied it.